It's worth mentioning that Mud UK do offer some really good instructions. I always find obviously that video instructions these days are a little bit easier to follow. They're live, if you like, so you come across little snags that sometimes you're not going to get presented in these instructions, but it is a really nice step-by-step guide, gives me everything that I need to know. It says you need a drill, 4.5mm drill bit, 6mm drill bit, 4mm drill bit, 8mm socket and a posi drive Phillips headed screwdriver. So nothing too complicated. That's interesting. So the one thing they don't tell you need is a trim removal tool, trim clip removal tool, which you will need. So that is not in the list of tools required. So get yourself a trim removal tool. So the first thing we have to do is remove the sun visors. Then I rotate it round and lever it on the plastic. Use my little trim tool again just to remove that. So you've got an 8mm here. So we pull that down, there we go, and you've got a wire here, a little release block. So let's release that from your light. And then this plate, which is loose, has got your earth attached to it, so we need to remove that, and you've got your earth. So there we go, that is now removed. Okay, so we do get an extension loom here, which you can see, and we're going to use that to actually just give us a bit more reach. Purple and grey, goes to purple and grey, obviously. That's actually nearest the release clip if you're interested. And then purple to purple. There we go, that's all in snug. And then you've got the negative or the earth there. And then we've got our extension, so we've got plenty of loom on here. In this centre console piece, you've got these sort of lugs. It's like a deep spacer lug, and that's why you need such a long screw. And they sit like so. So we'll get that into place. Just feed that through there. Now you need to remove these later, so don't go mad, but just get the thing into place initially. The first fasteners that you're going to be drilling to actually locate are the ones at the front here, and that is not something we are doing. So now we're just going to drill through the headliner so we can fit our fir tree fixings either side there, which will give this a bit more stability. So these sort of thick fir tree clips, they need a 6mm hole. Right, there is nothing behind there, so do not, whatever you do, drill through into the roof. So you can see that is literally just going into the headliner. Oh yeah, they're going nice. Okay, so we have got these two in nicely. Now what I've done is, if you can just push them into the housing first a couple of notches and then get them lined up into the hole that you've created. There we go. You're going to find it easier to actually knock them through. There we are. Now we've got this fixed with our fir tree clips, we can remove the extra long sun visor screws just temporarily. We'll do one side at a time. Don't want to put too much pressure on those fir trees. Drop your sun visor into the panel itself and just flip it, and we are ready to screw those back in. So you should be able to get them started with your fingers. It's ABS plastic, so you can over tighten it and squash it and it'll crack. So don't go super bonkers. That feels great. That's really actually quite secure. Now we're going to be fitting it on the side here as well, but I'm really happy with that, how that's fitted. So we'll do the other side now, try and get a slightly closer up view for you. So that one's started, that's good. And then this one, that's good as well. Brilliant. It's a really nice, tight, flush fit across to the windscreen. I'll show you that in a bit. It's what a nice, really nicely made bit of kit. To be honest, that looks so much more factory than I thought it was going to look. So yeah, well chuffed with that. It's all working nicely. Now we've got a couple more fasteners. So you can see these two holes here. They need to be secured with more fir trees. So one here. Get it into the first bit. And the second. Yeah, just watch as you're tapping them in because you can see them going in. So when you know they're nearly there, just tap them home. And a little one extra bang, and that is in perfect. That's good. Dead blow hammer, definitely don't use a metal hammer, you destroy it. Now this is a little bit of a tricky one. I think we've got two options. We can either just tuck it underneath this seal. Let's try that. I'm not planning to put a load of weight on here at the end of the day, so I'm not too worried that it's not supported in that position. We are going to support it on the doors, and that's going to be plenty to hold that in position. Lovely jubbly. Now I do think this is the hardest bit, and the reason for that is because everything's kind of tight against the roof, and this is splayed out, and what we need is to push that up and in. Okay. Oh, that's brilliant. Really good. That makes it a lot easier to do the other side. Same again, just clamp it with your thumb, go to the outer edge of the slotted hole. Oh, that's really nice. It is definitely all pulling it in together. Look at that. It tells you to remove the fixings for the headliner, but you don't have to remove the one nearest the B pillar. So they can go back in. Now, because we haven't fitted the front, I'm going to use a black one in there. So that can go back in. I'll do the same on the other side. So on a standard installation, the only thing we haven't done is fitted these three here and the ones here and here, but the process is the same. You're just basically screwing or drilling into this headliner, and then you're fitting a fir tree clip in place. Just make sure you get your clip covers on there. Now the last thing we have to do is relocate our light switch, but what we're going to do on our particular application is just now we're ready to see how this works. I've got adhesive foam on that side. I can take the backing off this one, but I'm going to put it on the glass first. There we go. So it's on the glass. Now if I peel this off there, I should be able to stick. I'm going to lower the sunroof. There. So essentially what we've now created is a secure mounting point. So that is good sticky stuff. If I wanted to, I suppose I could probably fit some fir trees in there just to sort of finish the look. And if I was really going to town, I'd trim that foam. But it looks now factory. And the reason I use foam is because obviously it can expand and contract. I'm not going to do it because the glue's not gone off on the adhesive, but when we're ready to open the sunroof again, that will just expand a little bit because it's compressed, and because it's on the hinge, we're good to go. So we now need to get our light back on there, negative earth on there first, and then you need to feed your loom extension. Do you remember when I said the purple and white was nearest the release clip? So that means that the purple and white wants to go to the outside edge there, nearest the release, where the release clip was. So it was worth mentioning, actually. I say, if you're interested, you did need to be interested. So there we go, push those both in, and we're now ready to reconnect. 1 and 2. slide it down towards the windscreen. That's going to be your best position, I think. And don't over tighten these. Nip. Nip. Now, obviously, check your light works. Ours doesn't. I have wired it incorrectly, but I think this random LED bulb is not working. So that is another reason to fit the mud one. But for now, we shall put that back in place. So we put our blanking cover on there, and that is something you could use when you want to cut out your own switch panel. Let's pop it in. I've not lost any visibility. You know, it's a really nice fit on the windscreen. So now all we've got to do is just take you around, do some close-ups and show you what we've done. There is the pod itself, and you can see what we've done here. So we've obviously got our 3 foam pads, and they're all stuck together. Then we've stuck it to the glass, and it's stuck to here. So if you don't have a sunroof fitted, these can be fitted quite easily. You just basically pop them in the same way as we did all the others. Now, I always say that the things that look factory are the best, and the fit and finish of this is really nice.